For the past 2 years now, the WWE have experimented with a new pay-per-view known as Fastlane. Even though the pay-per-view is only 2 years old, it has churned out a few epic encounters on the road to WrestleMania, and I'm sure it will become a staple of the WWE soon enough. With that being said, here are the 10 best matches in Fastlane history. In at number 10, we have a match that might have been on the pre-show of the 2016 card, but certainly should have been on the main show. The 2 out of 3 falls match between the champ Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio. The match featured a smart move by Del Rio where he would purposefully hit Kalisto with a steel chair to gain an advantage for the next 2 falls. Unfortunately for Del Rio, his plan backfired, and Kalisto would valiantly fight back and end up retaining his title in a fun match. The WWE world was shocked to hear that Daniel Bryan, as of 2016, would have to retire his in-ring career due to neck and concussion issues. It would end up being one of the most emotional moments of the year, but also led to the Charlotte vs. Brie Bella feud. Brie was on her way out of the company and, trying to milk the Daniel Bryan situation as much as possible, was put into her last feud against Charlotte, and ended up having a very solid match at the Fastlane pay-per-view. This match may have not reached the heights it could have, and WWE really messed up the whole brother versus brother angle. But still, this match comes in at number 8, simply because it was only a taste of a match fans were dying to see: Goldust vs. Stardust. In 2013, Goldust returned to face Randy Orton in a match of the year bout that truly shocked everyone, with many thinking that the whole Cody Rhodes angle would go somewhere. Fast forward 4 years later, and Goldust is barely on TV anymore, and Cody left the company. So disheartening to see what transpired and what could have been for the two. At the inaugural 2015 edition of Fastlane, we got to see the conclusion of a story beginning at the 2014 Survivor Series, The Authority vs. Team WWE. After Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, and Eric Rowan were all kayfabe fired from the company for being on Team WWE with John Cena, they were eventually reinstated, and the blow-off match was at Fastlane. What transpired was a decent match, with Randy Orton picking up the pinfall for the Authority win. A surprisingly good show stealer in 2015, the Usos walked into Fastlane with the Tag Team Championships and put on a show with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. With the tag division being dead in the water at the time, it was a great match to try and help the division. And then the New Day came along later that year. After a losing effort at the 2016 Royal Rumble against Dean Ambrose to retain his Intercontinental Championship, and then regaining it on an episode of Raw, Kevin Owens started his second title reign with another show-stealing match against the show-stealer himself, Dolph Ziggler. Once again, it was another classic match going into WrestleMania, where Kevin Owens would pin Ziggler with the pop-up powerbomb. The match also produced a classic moment where Owens said, "Your hometown likes me more than you." Cold Owens, cold. Rusev was on top of the world in 2015. He had the title, the push, the faith by management. Everything was going right for the Bulgarian Brute. But then came Super Cena. This was the first encounter between the two at Fastlane 2015, and Rusev actually got the win by passout. But what ensued after was a complete downward spiral where now Rusev is in mid-card purgatory. Still a great match though. Let me start by saying that any of these 3 matches up next could be number 1 in our list, but after re-watching all 3 matches, here is what I have come to. In at number 3, we have the main event of the first ever Fastlane pay-per-view, and Daniel Bryan's last pay-per-view main event against Roman Reigns, with the chance at Brock Lesnar's WWE title on the line. We all know at this point Roman Reigns won the match, but the outstanding performance in the match helped to dismay some of the heat he had received that year from the Rumble. In at the last 2 spots are excellent matches from the 2016 Fastlane. In AJ's first pay-per-view singles match, he got the absolute best out of an old Chris Jericho and foreshadowed the excellent year the two competitors would have in 2016, with Jericho's amazing heel run with Owens and AJ's career year. It just had to be number one, didn't it? This match had everything a marquee matchup should have: a big money star, the invincible force, and the crazy lunatic all met with such ferocity. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. It was the perfect way to set up the WrestleMania main event between Triple H and Roman Reigns, and the underwhelming Ambrose vs. Lesnar, even though if both matches were a bit dull. And those were the 10 best matches in Fastlane history. If you liked this video, then why not check out another on screen and subscribe for the best wrestling content. With that being said, make sure you like the video, and I'll see you guys later.